Let's talk about something that no one wants to talk about. Life as a domiciliary care worker. I ended my journey as a domiciliary carer because it entailed a lot of things that was very, very, very mentally draining. And I'm just going to talk about my last day as a domiciliary carer here in England. I don't know how care works in every other places, but here in England as a domiciliary carer, it's horrible. It's a horrible experience that so many people have not had the opportunity to speak about, but I'm just going to share my own experiences. I remember applying for a job and it said the job entails you going from house to house, taking care of people, and it sounded wonderful to me. They said that I was entitled to holiday pay and to holiday and pensions and all of that. And I said, oh yeah, that's good. When I started the job, I was made to do some trainings and all of that, which I did and I passed, and then I started it. I did this job for a year and I had to run for my life. I did domiciliary care for 1 full year and I had to run for my life. You see, they keep saying there are jobs opportunities opened in care, and nobody wants to talk about what these things entails. Imagine me, I would leave the home sometimes for 7 a.m. visits, and I get home, my last visit for the day is about 10 p.m. and you're telling me you're going to pay me for just 4 hours. There's no travel time payments, there's no traveling allowance, there's no waiting time payments. And a lot of care workers, especially those from overseas, are stuck in this type of job where you just labor and labor and you have nothing to write home about. So you'll see them, they're stressed, mentally stressed, physically stressed. And even the day that you have as an off day, they somehow try to put in a training that day. It's your off day, but you have a training. You have one general meeting that you have to attend. It's absurd. And so there's some times where they give me my rota, and my rota also entails me cleaning the office. At first, I was like, oh, as long as they pay me for it. But then, on a second thought, in fact, that was one of the things that broke the camel's back. On a second thought, I'm not like, wait, so you give me a rota, you said I should come and clean the office for one hour. So what about the officers that are actually working in the office, that are in the office? And what about you even employing a cleaner to start with? What about you employing a cleaner? And all the carers coming and we're cleaning the office and you're telling us, can you please ensure that you mop all the corners, please? Can you please ensure that you clean the windows? Like this glass windows, I'll have to use that brush to wipe it down. And one day it dawned on me, I'm like saying, wait, I was employed to take care of people, the elderly people, vulnerable people. That was the job I signed up for, not as a cleaner. And I had an opportunity to step back and question the system because they are not sponsoring me. So they owe me, I owe them nothing, they owe me nothing. So we are not tied. It's a job that I could just go in and go out and all of that. But for other people that were tied down through COS and sponsorship, they were unable to speak out. And even to your date, they are still being used as cleaners, messengers, and so many other things. These are jobs that is not within the job description. I know some people will say, yes, they rather work as a domiciliary care worker because you don't have any manager breathing down your neck and you can just go to the houses early and come back early and all of that. But then, do you know that in any slightest issue that happens in the house of those clients, the organization does not even bother. What they do is to try to defend themselves, get a lawyer to defend themselves. They don't even bother to defend you as a carer. They're just like, oh yes, this is our company, we stand for integrity, compassion, and so on and so forth. And though this person is our staff, but we did not authorize this person to act in that manner and all of that. Yes, but as a carer, your job entails doing so many other things and that. So if something should go wrong, I expected that the organization first stance was to defend the staff in question, interrogate them, talk to them, and then they'll know how to defend them out there, especially when it goes to the court and stuff like that. So you would think, but then something happened with one other person as a carer, and he's in jail right now. He's spending about 14 years in jail because this company in question didn't even bother to defend him and all of that. But that's by the way. The thing is, domiciliary care is not it's not an ideal kind of job that anybody would want. I'd rather stay in a care home, and I know that I'm not going to be wasting my fuel, my car maintenance, my insurance and everything. I'm not going to be incurring any extra expenses. And I'm just in one house, just going up and down one house, than me driving all around and even risking my life in the process. Another thing that made me stop my job as a domiciliary carer was the fact that I applied for a job in this town, and you're taking me to work like I live in the countryside, so you're taking me to go do jobs almost close to the highway, like I'm leaving, I'm going to the big cities, as though I'm going to London. So that was a very big no to me. You're telling me to go 4 or 5 towns away from where I actually applied for a job. And it's not that you're short-staffed, because it's an organization that has branches, yes? And so you would expect that the carers they have in that particular region, they give them jobs in that particular region. No, they don't. They just take them to our town and take us to their town and swap. And you ask them, okay, why are you doing this? They'll say, okay, we don't want over-familiarity with the clients. We don't want them to feel too friendly, or to feel too welcomed in their homes and all of that. It doesn't sound well to me, because we are talking about the travel distance, your life at stake. We're talking about the safety, especially in winter, when by 3 p.m., 4 p.m., everywhere is very dark. So you can imagine the risks it involves. So imagine you as a domiciliary carer, you applied for a job in this town, and they're taking you far away for the same amount. Remember, no travel pay, no waiting pay. It's horrible. Let's just talk about the uniforms, because usually you're required to put on a uniform, and you worn it for a year, and it obviously needs to, because they gave you just 1 or maybe 2. It obviously needs replacing, and then you're telling your staff to pay for their uniforms. How does that even sound? Like you're telling them to pay for their uniforms. If you're going to give them uniform like their jackets and fleece and whatnot, the cares, from which money? You're paying them £11.70 per hour. And you're telling them to pay for their uniforms to represent your organization. It's not like sounding self-employed to me. Yeah, it's sounding self-employed to me. So these are just a few reasons why I left, and it's a few reasons why a lot of people leave. And when you go on the news and they tell you the jobs available in UK, we need 170,000 I can assure you that 150,000 of those is domiciliary care, because no one wants to do that. No one wants to do domiciliary care, just because of these things that they've refused to work on. No structure, no pay structure, no accountability, no professionalism. It's horrible. And then they walk you through 20 lots of trainings, and you do the trainings, and they're not even giving you enhanced training. And then you have the snitch and the backbiters. At every single mistake, they don't correct you in love. They rather correct you to implicate you, because they want to see you in jail. They want to see you suffer. So it's a job that's really, really toxic, and it was toxic for me. And my last day as a carer was amazing, because I just knew that I wasn't going back there anymore. So when you wonder, why are all the carers going? Where have they gone to? That's the reason why. That's the reason why employers should do better, people should do better, and make domiciliary care something worthwhile. Thank you for watching this video today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye for now.